Okay, so I've seen too many people say that, hey, I'm gonna summon for this character because they're good for this abyss, right? Just stop, please. When you base one character off of one abyss, mainly for an abyss that they are being ran with, for example, Xiao, right here, who I just went through Spiral Abyss. So I went through this entire abyss with Xiao, with a Xiao team, with basically the best Xiao team you can do. So basically I went through the abyss and used Xiao the entire way through. There is a reason why small enemies are dominating, what, entirety of floor 11 through 9, right? Other than this one, right? There's just 11 through 9 constantly. There's small enemies everywhere. Yeah, and then occasionally there's like one enemy, but then the enemy isn't really going to be that powerful considering it's just a ruin guy. The reason why this video is being made, because this abyss is so painfully obviously made for Xiao. I don't want to say that like we don't ever have small enemies, but they don't typically go like this much. Like, what, it was floor 11 and we just had small slimes. Like, these are all small slimes that are just super easy to kill, and they probably have around 100,000 HP because they were getting completely destroyed by Xiao. Yeah, I don't remember the last time there's been something like that, and maybe it's just coincidence, but I have a feeling that because Xiao can stomp on them like Mario on Goombas, right? They probably are here to make Xiao look good. And if we look at Chamber 2, oh wow, that's even crazier, because Xiao is an animo character, right? So he has the ability to swirl, and if you don't know, you can swirl and break someone's shield. So if Hoyoverse were to be so wise as to put the Hydro Slimes with a Pyro Abyss Mage, then the Hydro Swirl would affect his shield and get broken, and the Pyro Slimes would be able to destroy the Cryo Abyss Mage's shield. Can you guess how the floor looked? How it went?
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
And then this was bad for, honestly, this was bad because I killed all of these guys and then I hadn't killed the first Mirror Maiden. That's the only thing that Xiao struggled with, but it was kind of suffering from success. Let's go to Chamber 2. Let's go to Chamber 2. I'll cook up something real quick. Oh, and I forgot to point out that you do get 75% animo damage bonus, but that's the obvious part that's made for Xiao, but I feel like a lot of people look over the fact that the enemies are directly for Xiao too. Okay, so I figured I'll also show you the Goomba stomping, right? Because, I mean, so we see this, it's cool, everything. We have this, so we're doing damage now. And we can do this, and then that's a whole bunch of, also not to mention the swirls that happen, and yeah, basically you can sit here and stomp on this, and they'll just all eventually get destroyed because of it. Yeah. Like, do I have to explain more? It's very clearly, that is, I forgot about the reactions for that one, because I forgot that it was just gonna swirl and kill half the guys. Okay, and now we get to see the amazing ability that, yep, there's the Hydro Slimes. Alright, come on. We gotta mess up a little bit here, because I messed up on my rotations. Ah, ow. Okay. Oh, we're already done. I didn't expect it to go that fast. Oh no. Well, whatever. We'll just, you know, stomp there, and then here we go. Alright, that's one annoying thing for some reason. Yeah, there. We destroyed his shield immediately. Wow. It's almost like if I used any other non-animo character, that would have been super, you know, different.
Right, yeah, of course.
It's so obviously like this is made for Xiao. They are catering towards Xiao. Now, that's floor 11. They specifically were like, floor 11 is just Xiao's chamber. It is all, like, floor 11 is crazy. It's like just made for Xiao, and basically, well, I mean, also other animo characters, sure, but Xiao can take a very like high advantage. And also they want to sell Xiao this patch, so it's very obvious they wanted, you know, Xiao to look good in this. And as much as I'm saying Xiao, it could also be Xinyun. Xinyun is just basically Xiao, but worse, not a main DPS really. You can make her a main DPS, but should you is up to you. And then floor 12 is a little less. It's always a little, less, but it is very clear that they still, for Yoimiya, they'll put in the Electro Oceanid. For, Xiao, they'll put in smaller enemies that he can sit there and plunge. There's not a lot of enemies that are spread out or any issues with the enemies. They're all sort of stuck together, and Xiao is very quick work with, right? Like, Xiao is a character that will definitely do good in literally any AoE situation, but in terms of this abyss, he destroys because they are all together, right? I don't have to run and try and fix that, right? And then even with floor 11, you did have to run a little bit, but I mean, that did it really matter? We destroyed him, and you saw what happened. We went over there, 3 seconds later, everything was dead, right?
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
It's very obvious. They want you to use Xiao and beat this floor, but it's not to the point where they're basically holding your hand and feeding you like everything that Xiao needs compared to floor 11, right? They still made floor 12 a little difficult, but I'm just saying, and I've seen so many people say like, oh, X character is good for this abyss, so they're a good character, or they'll get tricked into thinking that a character is a good character because they're good for this abyss. Generally, Yoimiya, whenever she's on a banner, right, she'll always have Electro Oceanid, as I've said previously, but then there'll also be just like solo bosses all the time in the floor 12.
What?
Just something that I wanted to make a video on, because honestly, I went through this and I was like, oh, because I don't think I used Xiao on the, maybe I did, maybe I just used him on the first phase. Yeah, I might have, I don't know, but I used Xiao on this entire abyss now, and like I don't know, this is why I don't base characters on how well they perform in a specific abyss, because it might not be a good abyss for them, or it might be a great abyss for them, right? But where we can all look at Nevi, right? He's just a character that is going to perform really good in every single abyss, which is what you're looking for. So if you're a new player and you happen to be one of the people that I've been talking about in this video, where you were like, oh, this character's good for this abyss, so they're worth summoning one, right? A level 30 AR, like, imagine like a level 30 AR account, right? Just summoning on a character so they can beat a floor 12, and then it comes around and it's like, well, this character ain't that good for this floor 12, right? That's the entire point of like wanting to rank these characters, right? The entire point of why I don't base anything on Abyss, because it literally changes. Also, not to mention, the entire buff here obviously is meant for Xiao and Xinyun, right? Not to mention that this thing changes every single update. So what's the point of basing and changing your opinions on characters based on how this thing fluctuates? It's just not good. I just don't recommend it to anybody. Just, if you think a character's good, use them in like 7 abysses and then rank them, right? Or something like that. Because otherwise, you're not really going to get an actual representation of what the character is. Because for 90% of the year, you might not have a good abyss for them, and they might not peak as high. It's as simple as that. So yeah, I don't rank my characters on abyss. I just rank them, well, obviously, I've been saying I don't rank them on abyss. Obviously, I rank them on the difficulty of abyss, but I don't rank them like on a single abyss. That's the main point of this video. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.